Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a chapter from Standard 8, that is 2.2. Nature created man and woman as equals. The title shows that naturally man and women both are equal. The house and its surroundings are a sight of peace. In the early morning of April, it nestles by the side of a small stream of crystal clear water. The stream tumbles down the green mountains only 2 miles or so away. It shows that the house is located in a natural scenario. It looked very beautiful in the early morning of April when there is a silence. It is a sight of peace. It nestles. Nestles means is close to. So the house is close to by the side of a small stream of crystal clear water. Crystal clear water means a very clean water. One can say the transparent water. The stream tumbles down. Tumbles down means falls down. The green mountains only 2 miles or so away. That the crystal clear water falls down from the green mountains only for 2 miles or so away. So here it is mentioned that the house is located in a beautiful natural site. There is a stretch of hundreds of acres of fertile land rolling with yellow mustard flowers between the mountain range and the house. A garden is in front of the house. Trees of many kinds bearing flowers of various hues and fruits grow on all sides of the house. So see here that in front of that house there is a stretch of hundreds of acres. Stretch means open ground. Of hundreds of acres of fertile land, that the land was also very good to grow crops and plants. That land rolling means extending in long gentle slopes with yellow mustard flowers. So see in the picture that there are yellow mustard flowers between the mountain range and the house. So between the mountain ranges and the house there are such type of yellow mustard flowers. A garden is in front of the house. So there is a garden in front of that house. Trees of many kinds bearing flowers of various hues and fruits grow on all sides of the house, means in all direction of the house there are different kinds of trees bearing various hues, means colors of fruits. Even the flowers grow on all sides of the house. The courtyard smells of jasmine, which blooms in bunches of white pearls. The fragrance mingles with the thin smoke that rises from sweet-smelling incense sticks. The burning incense sticks are glowing at the altar of God in the middle of the courtyard. So the courtyard, it means the open space in front of the house. So there was a smell of jasmine flowers. It blooms in bunches, in groups of white pearls. The fragrance means pleasant smell. Mingles means mixes with the thin smoke that rises from sweet smelling incense sticks. So incense sticks are lighted there, and this fragrance, this sweet pleasant smell was mixed in that in smoke of incense sticks. The burning incense sticks are glowing at the altar of God. Altar, so see in the picture it is shown that in front of the idol of the God there is a small place where we can put incense sticks. So that is also located in the middle of the courtyard. Ashangbi is in her reading room and is busy writing an article. She is a middle-aged mother of 3 children and a journalist and women's rights activist. Lanthoi is her youngest daughter. Enters the room. She is an intelligent girl. Today, she looks thoughtful and she takes a seat by her mother's side. So here it is mentioned that Ashangbi, who is the housewife of that family, that Ashangbi is in her reading room and she is busy in writing an article. She is a middle-aged mother of 3 children, means she has 3 children. She is middle-aged, sitting in her reading room and writing an article. At that time, what was she by profession? Ashangbi is a journalist, it means patrakar, and women's rights activist, and she is trying for women's rights. Lanthoi, her youngest daughter, enters the room. So when Ashangbi is busy in writing an article, her youngest daughter Lanthoi enters. She is an intelligent girl. Today she looks thoughtful and she takes a seat by her mother's side. So see in the picture it is clearly shown that Ashangbi's youngest daughter Lanthoi entered the room. According to her facial expression, one may notice that today Lanthoi is very thoughtful and she sits beside her mother. So when we look at Lanthoi's face, we come to know that she is thinking something. She had some thoughts in her mind. At the sight of her child, Ashangbi lovingly asks. So it is sure that mother takes care of the children. In the same way, Ashangbi looked at Lanthoi. Means mother looked at her daughter and very affectionately, lovingly, she asks to her daughter, "Have you finished your study, my dear?" What did she ask? "Have you finished your study, my dear?" And Lanthoi replied, "Yes, mother. I finished it last night. Today, being Sunday, I want to do something interesting." So she said that I finished my work last night, but today it is a Sunday, so I want to do something interesting. So Lanthoi says, and waits for her mother's response. So Lanthoi mentioned that today is a Sunday, it is a holiday, so I would like to do something different, which would be very interesting. She mentioned that and she started waiting for her mother's response. "Tell me what you want to do," Ashangbi asked her, quite amused. So Ashangbi was also happy and she asked, "What would you like to do?" Mother, tomorrow I am going to represent the Siroi Lily House as a speaker in a symposium at our school. So she mentioned that she is going to represent the Siroi Lily House as a speaker in a symposium. So symposium means a meeting at which experts have discussion on a particular subject. At first, the topic is God created men and women as equals. So in this way, Lanthoi mentioned the name of the topic. What is it? God created men and women as equals. Will you spare some time to have a discussion with me? Lanthoi presses on her mother. Presses on means persuade someone to do something. It means Lanthoi persuaded, tried to convince her to have a little discussion with me on this topic. What is the topic? Do you remember? That is, God created men and women as equals. So Lanthoi had just had a discussion with her father on the topic. So at that time, Lanthoi already had a discussion with her father on the same topic. That is Tomba, her father. He is a husband supportive of the activities of his wife and a loving father. So Tomba is Lanthoi's father and he is a husband supportive of the activities of his wife. It means he used to support his wife for various activities and he is a loving father. He is an affectionate father. He is a lawyer and a social worker also. By profession, Lanthoi's father is an advocate as well as a social worker who advocates the cause of women. So he used to advocate, takes the side, tries to provide justice to the women. He is always proud of his wife, the two daughters and the son. Lanthoi's father was a very good man. He is proud of his wife, the two daughters and the son in times of need. He extends his helping hand to his wife and children and to the society at large. So whenever his wife, even his children or the people of the society needed Tomba's help, that is Lanthoi's father's help, he used to help all these members. He does not discriminate between a man's work and a woman's work anywhere. Discriminate means treat one person or group better or worse than another in an unfair way. He doesn't used to do any kind of differentiation between a man and a woman. He shares equally with his wife in doing the household chores like cleaning, washing, cooking and feeding the children. Lanthoi's father, Tomba, used to help his wife in all types of household work like cleaning, washing, cooking and even feeding the children. Had he not shared in these activities in the way he does? If he is not busy in his own activities, he used to help others. His wife would not have been a successful professional. If he doesn't help his wife would not have been a successful professional. See, here is the structure of would have been. This structure is used to mention the past which is not taken place. So here the writer says, if he wouldn't have supported his wife, Ashangbi, she wouldn't have been a successful professional. He wholeheartedly believes in equality, irrespective of class, religion, and gender. It means he doesn't do any kind of partiality which is based on class, caste, religion, and even gender. Whether the person is male or female. So he doesn't used to do such type of partiality in his discussion with his daughter. So whenever he used to discuss with his daughter, he laments over the great injustice done on women in the society, telling her, "My dear child, the world is still full of inequalities. We have to find a way to bring equality between men and women." Her father's words are still ringing in the ears of Lanthoi, and she tells her mother of what her father has told her. So here it is mentioned, when Lanthoi had a discussion with her father, he laments. Laments means expresses grief and sorrows over the great injustice done on women in the society. He told her, "My dear child, the world is still full of inequalities." It means he mentioned that all over the world, in most of the societies, there is inequality between men and women. So he continued and said, "We have to find a way." It means it is compulsory for us to find a way. Means we must find a way to bring equality between men and women. Her father's words are still ringing in the ears of Lanthoi. So Lanthoi was greatly impressed by his father. So his words were still ringing in Lanthoi's ears. And she tells her mother of what her father has told her. Thank you.